Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get into lesson 1 for the week of May 11th through May 15th. Technically, you guys don't have school on Friday, but just to give you a little bit of extra time, I will not make this due until Friday. So, for lesson 1, you are going to be completing a virtual lab. So your learning target is that you'll be able to describe how we can grow bacteria in a lab and use it to complete an investigation. And you're going to be able to determine how effective an antibiotic or antiseptic, so things that are supposed to kill bacteria, how effective they are at inhibiting growth of bacterial cultures. For your engage question, you are going to watch this video about antibiotics, antivirals, and vaccines and kind of just tell me what the difference is between them, what's their purpose, why do they exist, why do we have to have them. And then for the actual lab, you're going to go down here to where it says objectives. You're going to click on what kills bacteria virtual lab. Please note, while this is kind of loading, we'll make a copy of that real quick. Please note that this is an assignment that can immediately help your grade. So I will be monitoring those who have completed all of their work, but this is one that's going to go in as a replacement score for your lowest test grade currently, including the other 2 that we've already done. So this will act like the infographic or the meiosis menu activity, where it will go in as a replacement grade. So another good opportunity to boost that grade up, which a lot of you guys are taking advantage of, and that's really awesome. So when we go to the bacteria lab, you can see kind of how you're going to be graded here. There's a little bit of background information. Highly recommend you read the objectives, and then you're going to go to this link, this virtual lab by Glencoe. Now, oftentimes we have issues with Flash because it's blocked. So I'm going to click here and it should say allow. If it doesn't, you'll have that little thing that pops up in the corner here. You want to click on that, and you'll want to go to where you'll see the little toggle, and you'll just toggle on to ask for the permission to allow run Flash. So then you'll click allow. Hopefully we have all that done now because we've done a couple of these in class. So hopefully we're all good there. And then you'll see all of this information here. I recommend that you kind of split your screen. So to do that, you're going to pull this out into its own window, slide it over to the right, and then click on the actual lab so that you can see both the directions as well as what you are seeing here, which I'm not sure you guys are actually going to be able to see that. So let me just push that back. I highly recommend you split your screen. Now, if for some reason none of that is working for you, I did include a YouTube link with a guy that kind of walks you through the simulation for those of you that can't get it to work. So feel free to use that as well. There are pre-lab questions. In order to answer the pre-lab questions, you have to look in the book that's biology. There are noises to this. I'm going to mute that so it's not obnoxious for you guys. But if you click on each of these, it tells you what each of these are and what the purpose of them is. And then you're going to answer these questions using that information. And then it gives you a procedure. So if you take a look here, we have 3 different types of bacteria that we're going to grow. These are our 3 types. So we're going to start with the first one. You're going to kind of uncork it, and then you're going to use this inoculation tube, and you're going to spread out the bacteria on this thing, and that kind of does that for you. And then each one of these little discs is soaked in something. So like penicillin, which is an antibiotic, antibacterial soap, bleach, and we're going to put those, we're going to drag that over here, and you want one of each disc in each one of these spots here. So luckily they're numbered for you so to help. And all of this is in the directions as well, but I figured I'd show you. Once you have one of each, you're going to go ahead and click on our little machine here. This helps incubate the bacteria. It helps it grow. So you click on, and it's going to go for 24 hours. Once this says 24, click on this and you'll open it, and what you'll see are these things called zones of inhibition. So basically all the blue stuff is bacteria that has grown. All of this, the brown stuff, are places where bacteria didn't grow. So basically places where like bleach had an effect on these bacteria. So these bacteria died all the way out to here. Now, the more effective a material is, the larger the zones of inhibition. So obviously our paper disc had nothing on it, so it shouldn't affect the bacteria at all. 5 and 6 only affected this bacteria slightly, whereas household bleach and erythromycin definitely had a big effect on the bacteria. But we want data, right? When you go down through this procedure, you have to collect data. So let's grab a little ruler down here. This is in millimeters. You're going to start the 0 at one side of the circle and go all the way through directly in the middle to the other side. And so this says 30 millimeters, okay? And this is for household bleach. So this is my bacteria. This is household bleach. So I would type in 30 millimeters right there, okay? Same thing, and I'd go through and do the rest of them. Now, you'll notice, like this guy, there is no zone of inhibition, so this one would be 0, and so on. So you're going to do that all for that bacteria, and then you're going to go on to a next bacteria and the next bacteria, okay? So when you're done, you're just going to click, and you're going to start off, you're going to go on to the next bacteria and continue that until you've gathered all of your data. And then you'll complete these analysis and extension questions. You'll notice in order to get a 4, you have to complete the extension questions accurately. So you'll go ahead and watch this video. It's probably about antibiotic resistance, explain how it occurs and why does it matter. And then you'll click on share. This looks different because Google updated it, so I'm just going to show you how to use it. You're going to click change link to school district U46. Make sure that I can comment on it. And then you'll click copy link. And that is what you will paste right here. Okay. And then once you turn it in, I will grade it for you and it'll act as a replacement grade. There is an exit ticket question as you watch this video about the antibiotic apocalypse, which is really cool and interesting and kind of scary, but good conversations for us to have right now with what's going on. And then you'll turn it into Google Classroom and you'll be all done with lesson 1. Obviously, let me know if you have any questions or if you're stuck on something. We can always meet up virtually and figure it out together. All right, have a good day.